Hello, my beautiful drone flying friends. So today we're going to talk about why I think the DJI Mavic Air is still one of the best drones you can buy, even this year. Okay, so when I first wanted a drone, my drone was for a daily vlog that I was putting out for LinkedIn to promote my business. And look, to be honest with you, I think I had a little bit of illusions of grandeur, and I modeled my vlogs for LinkedIn on Casey Neistat because he's just an awesome creator. And, I was like, he's got a drone, I should get a drone. And so I was like, right, what drone should I buy that I could afford, that would be able to travel with me every single day, that I would be able to carry the chargers as well, because initially I could only afford one battery. And the DJI Mavic Air was the one that just ticked the box. Now, it was because at the time the DJI had the Mini below it, and it had the Pro above it. And I couldn't afford the Pro. Well, I could afford the Pro, but it was just too expensive. And also, it was just too big. It didn't pack down to a small enough size for me to travel every single day with it. And then the more I read about the Mavic Mini, I was like, that seems like more like a toy. Like, it didn't have the sensors. It had some awesome capabilities for such a small drone, but I feel like DJI produced the Mavic Air because it sat perfectly between the person that needs like the really awesome high quality footage and the person who wants more than the Mavic Mini, and therefore the Air was produced. And I still think to this day that it is one of the best drones you can buy, and I'm going to go over the 4 reasons why I think it is still awesome and why I love it. And then I'm also going to talk about the 2 things that I would change about it at the end, so that it doesn't seem so biased. There are some things, there are some drawbacks, but the one thing to remember, that this isn't the best drone you can buy. The best drone you can buy has the best hardware, has awesome cameras, has a battery life which is over half an hour. That isn't why I love this drone. This drone doesn't have all of those things. The reason I love this drone is because it's the perfect balance for, I think, majority of drone users. The majority of drone users don't need a really awesome camera. They just need a camera that they can show off. High definition, low frame rate, high frame rate, so that you can get the super slow-mo. You can come back, edit it, you can put it on your TV screen, and it's going to look awesome. And it isn't a toy, like it is a little bit more serious. Like, I have sent my DJI Mavic Air out over oceans to capture images of dolphins, over forests, over trees, and I've had so much confidence built up around the drone's capability that I will trust it to do almost anything these days. And yes, it's perfect. So here are the 4 reasons why I think it is still an awesome pick for your first drone, or just a drone in general. Like, if you want to add something to your arsenal, I reckon it should be the DJI Mavic Air. Okay, so the first reason I love this drone is because of its size. Now, do you remember I wanted to carry my drone with me everywhere? Now, I've just got back from a road trip around central Australia, central New South Wales to be exact. I went to national parks, I hiked, I swam in water holes, and this drone literally went everywhere with me. Sometimes it was like not required. I didn't use it or I didn't want to be a pain in the ass to the people at the watering hole, but it wasn't an issue because it just always stayed in my bag. My favorite bag of all time is the Peak Design Everyday 20-litre backpack. It is amazing, and my drone sits in here all the time. So in here you can see I've got this. This is what the DJI Mavic Air comes in. It's an incredibly good formed case. And then in this little bit I've got a vertical divider. Boom, boom, boom. This is the controller, and it takes up less than a quarter of my bag, and it is there all the time, and it is super lightweight. Like, that is why I love it. The size. Like I said, I traveled all over central New South Wales in Australia, and I always had it with me. Look at this size. I don't think you can beat this size at the moment for the features that this drone is packing. Honestly, the controller also folds down. Its little joysticks comes off and it stores nicely in the bottom, and everything is just two little things. That's all you have to worry about. I love this because it's very simple to get out. It's a very simple case which holds it perfectly. Like, it doesn't rattle around while it's in the case. It folds in perfectly. It holds it brilliantly. And when I first got it, I took the propellers off, and then I realized that you don't need to. Like, it sits in there perfectly, and I've not had any issues with the propellers being damaged or the drone being scratched or anything. It's just ready to go. So I open it up like this, like this, like this, like this, boom, boom, take off the cover, and I'm ready to fly. And the size that this thing packs down into and the ease of setting it up really is just what makes it so awesome. I can get flying from my bag to the air in under 2 minutes. And when, you're trying to not piss people off. So I was going on a hike and there were other people on the hike, and I didn't want to, this thing is noisy. I didn't want to ruin their experience of this beautiful, serene landscape and ruin the serenity for them. But yeah, if I want to get this out quickly, send it out, bring it back, done. It's fantastic. So the size and the fact that I can carry it every day. When you buy a drone, the one thing that stops you from flying it is the fact that you don't have it on you when you want to fly it. This thing I always have on me. It's always in the bag. And if in doubt, I don't mind taking it. It's not like I'm carrying, I went on a 7-hour hike, and carrying a thing over 1 kilo is just too much. Whereas this, I don't hesitate. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. It's just like collateral weight in my bag. It weighs less than a water bottle. So I absolutely love it. There we are. Number one, I've harped on enough about it. Size and portability makes it usable, makes it at my fingertips at all time. I love this drone because of that. That's the main reason. Okay, number two. The second reason I love this drone is because it's been a few years since it was released. It is incredibly inexpensive for the amount of features you get. I just checked on Amazon, and as of January 2021, it is only $680. Now, that is a fantastic price for a drone of this quality and this feature set. Remember that you get the DJI Go 4 app, which has all of the automated like droney, boomerang, helix, panoramic shots, like all of the automated shots. So you can just push a button and it will follow you. This drone does point of interest. I've had it follow me. It also does hand control. So like a Jedi, I have sort of controlled it a couple of times with my hand and sent it away and made it take pictures and all sorts. And it's that feature set at that cost, which is just incredible. Bundle it up with how much it weighs and its size, and you have got like an incredible tool at your fingertips at all times at a reasonable price. I don't see what's not to love. The third reason I love this is because it is not a toy. Like I said in my introduction, this drone is not a toy. It has all of the forward-facing sensors, backwards-facing sensors, downwards-facing sensors right here, and it's just incredible. Like, the reason I trust this drone is because I know that I can hit return to home and it will land itself safely. I trust this drone because there's a number of times where the forward-facing sensors have literally saved me from crashing into something. I know this drone, as long as it's not in sports mode, will protect itself. And, at the time when I was spending about $1,000 on this thing, I was very cautious of it. I like to talk about it's like sending a laptop out into the environment, into the air. And each flight, you're not sure whether or not it's going to return, but I slowly built up confidence, not only in my flying skills, but the confidence to use the technology in this drone to protect itself. So yes, features and the amount of sensors on this thing, the drones below this don't have the same sensors, don't have the same features, and it's that I think that means that this isn't a toy. This is the first rung on the DJI ladder that isn't a toy and that I trust a lot, and it's because of that feature set and those sensors. The fourth reason I love this drone is because it does come with all of the automated smart capturing. So drones, rockets, asteroids, boomerang, helix, circle, point of interest, what else? Follow me mode, tracking, so it stays still but it tracks you. Like, I've used those a lot during my vlogging. I spent 16 months vlogging every single day, and the shot variety that gave me was incredible. It really is a fantastic tool, and some of the shots are a little bit kitsch, and if you own a drone and you see an automated shot, you're like, I get it, like they've just used the shot. But some of them, like the follow me mode and stuff, can be used incredibly creatively. And if you are a single videographer, a single person content creator who's capturing about yourself in terms of a vlog, or just capturing your everyday life or whatever, it is just awesome. It is just an awesome set of advanced features that you don't get in cheaper drones. And yeah, like if you're considering this DJI Mavic Air tool, it is the perfect tool. Number 5, a little bonus reason I love it is because it comes with an awesome remote control. Those of you that will have got the DJI Mavic Pro or Zoom will notice that it's kind of like a slightly downgraded version of that with no panel in the middle. But in terms of its portability, that's what I got this for. Portability and feature set. It has 2 programmable buttons, this function button and this one up here. This one I've set to center the gimbal, and this one I set to camera settings, so I can quickly change those. Sports modes, pausing, return to home, power on and off, take a photo and start recording, and then here's your gimbal wheel at the back. It's incredible. Like I said, the little joystick things store inside and they just screw on, and they've always felt really secure and never sort of like they're actually removable. But I love the fact that it can pack down incredibly small because it takes up a lot less space in my bag. So yes, that is a little bonus reason why I love it, is because this remote controller is brilliant. Like the new controllers have a little bit of a screen at the top. That's great. This is fine. There's no, this is more than fine. It's perfect. It is perfectly suitable for the use case that DJI designed this drone for, and I love it. Okay, here are the things that I would change about this drone. The first one is the noise. Now, this is like a swarm of bees when it takes off, and some of the bigger drones have bigger propellers. They cut through the air less often per second, which means the frequency of the sound is reduced and lowered. And so look, drones are drones. They make a terrible noise. There's no way of getting around it, but this is particularly annoying. You get used to it though, but yeah, it does sound like bees, a swarm of bees, and the other ones don't quite sound as bad. So if you are flying in sort of like, near people or in environments where there's like animals, or you don't want to cause too much of a disturbance, then maybe this isn't the best drone for you. But look, all drones are going to make noise. This one just makes a particularly irritating sound. And the last reason why I think this drone isn't perfect, isn't like a 10 out of 10, but a 9.5 out of 10, is because the battery life is lower than you get now with the other drones. Now, they say that this drone should be about 21 minutes. In reality, when you're properly flying it, I get about 17 minutes. And then after about 15 minutes, I do have to land. So it is, not ideal. But to be honest with you, 15 minutes is a long time. And it is more than enough to do what I want to do with this drone. Normally it's capture some aerial footage, capture a couple of photos, zoom about a bit, play around. I have plenty of time to do those things, and it isn't a terribly short amount of time, but it could be better. There is no doubt about it, especially now when drones on the market are easily reaching over 25 minutes and some are over 35 minutes. And that, you pay extra for that. But this is easy to change. So I've got 2 batteries that I carry with me, and so that gives me about a half hour worth of flight time. And to be honest with you, unless you're doing this professionally, half an hour of flight time is more than enough to get what you want done, unless you're like filming a feature-length film or something like that. So there we have it. Those are the things I would change, but overall, this is a great drone. So there we have it. That is why you should consider purchasing the DJI Mavic Air in 2021. Let me know in the comments what you would add to that list, and if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments below. If this video has been helpful to you, please remember to subscribe and hit that bell notification. Give the video a like and a thumbs up, because that does help this channel a lot, and I want to share all the value that I've learned with you. All right, so like I said, the Mavic Air isn't the best in terms of the hardware feature set, but in terms of how you are actually going to use it, and the majority of drone users, and the fact they're using it as a hobby drone, it really is one of the best drones you can buy, not only this year, but I believe it's one of the best drones DJI has ever made in terms of its feature set, size, cost, price, everything. Go check it out. I shall see you in the next video.